was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. Man, that's too quiet right there, man. I gotta hold on. I can barely hear what I want to hear. That's a little too quiet. Hold on a minute. Let me get my stuff right. Let me get that right. There we go. Man, shout out to IT in here, man. Let's shout out to y'all joining us tonight, man. This is Kandid Konvos, man. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. We got Cole on deck. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show.
Man, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, it's always something, man. Little mixes, sound effects, stuff want to act funny, man. But once again, shout out to y'all, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. Smash that like button. Also, for my YouTube folks, hit that subscribe, man. Let's say we're trying to get to 5K. We working, man. We working. Yeah, but like I said, we ask that y'all do y'all part, man. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and also hit that share. Sharing is caring. Yeah, don't take nothing to hit a button. Hit that share, man. Hit that like. YouTube, hit that subscribe, man. Turn on them notifications. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do, man. So like I said, do us a solid, man. Do us a solid. Yeah, once again, shout out to y'all, man. We back for another one. Back for another show. Let me see who checking in early as we get into it. Shout out to the real one in the building. He said, hello, everyone. What's going on, the real one? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. See Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you hopping on with us as well. You want to say something? You good?
I was just gonna make a request.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I'm probably gonna say it again before the show is over, but I'm just gonna say for anybody watching us, even if you're watching us on Facebook, I know you on YouTube. I know you got a YouTube. I know you do. I know you on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube and watch our last two shorts, y'all. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's like they shadow banning us or they won't let us be great. So if you watch the show, if you want to just support us, we ain't asking for no coins. We're not asking for a coin. What we're asking for is a little bit of reach. So just pop over real quick when you have a moment and check out our last few videos. Like it, just, check us out, y'all, because it's real interesting what be going on with some of the content and how some of it gets seen, some of it doesn't get seen. It's real interesting over here. So when you have a moment, pop on over and show us a little love. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, we want to, we want to see what's going on, right? Because at the end of the day, we typically here every Wednesday night. Yeah, but typically folks are watching the conversation, participating in the conversation, and then we'll release other content, and it's like it doesn't exist. Like nobody is ever seeing it, even the folks who subscribe to the channel, right? So it's the weirdest thing ever. So let's say do us a solid if you can. Let's say go check out the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube. And like she said, just watch the last two shorts that we've released, or the last three shorts that we've released, and let us know what you see. So we can see if we being if we being shadow banned. I'm not even sure why this channel would be having that happening, but yeah, we done seen some weirder things. So let's say do us that solid, you know what I'm saying, when you get a minute. All right, let me do this real quick as we get into the conversation. So here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you come through Apple device, come on through your old whack Apple device. Join us on the panel. My bad, I had to throw that in there. But yeah, join us on the panel. Don't be scared, man. This is not an echo chamber type panel. Yeah, I see my guy Civil down in the comments. Tell him, Civil, this is not an echo chamber type panel right here. We definitely will get into it on and get down to what we need to get down to. So yeah, definitely let's join us in the conversation. Don't be scared, man. We want all the perspectives. We want to hear from everybody, man. So yeah, there's a link right there. We also had this link in the chat feeds as well, so you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook. But I'll leave this up here for a couple seconds, and yeah, we'll go from there. Let me see what hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna drop this link. Y'all let me know if y'all need that link. See what Civil's saying. See, Civil said, happy Wednesday, everyone. What's going on, Civil? Appreciate you, man. He also said, I do not get notifications. It's even hard to find the lives. Man, maybe somebody doing something to us. Yeah, they might be playing with our channel or something. I
This is what
don't.
we saying, y'all. This is what we be saying. That's why we saying y'all like the content, share the content. I know we got our Facebookers. We appreciate y'all holding us down on Facebook. Pop over every once in a while and say hi to us, in the comments on YouTube. Just let us know. Let YouTube know that you value the content, because it's hard out here for a small content creator. So, that's all we ask, y'all. That's all we ask.
Yeah, we be trying out here, man. But sometimes folks be hating on you. But that's all good. Let's say we going to 5,000. So let's say do us a solid, what I'm saying, when y'all get a moment. Let's say we trying to get this mess figured out. All right, cool. So let's go and get into it. So I see we got the panel checking in. So let me go ahead and drop this topic, and we gonna get right on into it. Oh, it's already there. My bad. Topic for the night. Black people are confusion. Part 5. I don't know what my little stuff all quiet tonight. I don't get it. Run that back. Black people are confusion. Part 5. Okay, well, we already all the way up to part 5, man. Yep, our people in this confusion and what's going on. So I got a couple videos down here. Yeah, we're just gonna get right to it.
Connected with my high school sweetheart. I recently connected with my high school sweetheart. I'm having my first child with him. We moved in together. He's like, I got everything. I'm going to take care of you, pay all the bills. But ever since then, he doesn't have any concern about the pregnancy. He doesn't talk to me. If I come in, he leaves.
Now, before you got pregnant.
Hold on.
I recently connected with my high school sweetheart. I'm having my first child with him. We moved in together. He's like, I got everything. I'm going to take care of you, pay all the bills. But ever since then, he doesn't have any concern about the pregnancy. He doesn't talk to me. If I come in, he leaves.
Now, before you got pregnant, how long did you know him?
Well, we dated all throughout high school.
Okay,
but a 10-year gap. So like a month.
You know how I knew it was going to be a month? Because when people overemphasize that high school. So you were dating a month.
Yeah.
And then you moved in together after he found out you were pregnant.
Correct.
Was y'all in a committed relationship prior to?
He was talking about marriage, but my friend,
He didn't know you.
She doesn't trust him because he had a baby on me in high school.
But see, he had a baby on you in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said that he was talking about marriage, but what was he doing to show you that he was prepared for marriage? What was he doing to show you that he was prepared for a child, to prepare for a relationship? You didn't test that. You went based off of how y'all felt, some nostalgia, and then y'all had a month together. That's why it's dangerous to go based off the chemistry that you have with a person. There are important conversations that need to be had. I'm not even just talking to you now. I'm talking to a lot of women in the audience right now. There are important conversations that must be had. Core values are always an important conversation because I need to make sure that at least out of 5 core fundamental values that you have, we align at least on 5. Because if not, it's going to show that we're not compatible. And then what? Now we brought a baby into this world and it's going to be a baby mama, baby daddy type situation. You don't know what's in his family. What's going to come down to your baby? None of that. But you was having a good time throwing it back on him, evidently.
I have half the mind to say that I would hate for you guys to make the parenting relationship worse, trying to make the romantic relationship fit. Right now, you guys are trying to force a romantic relationship, live in the same space when you probably should be creating some distance and only focusing on the child. Because right now he's trying to focus on how to keep you happy as a woman, date you. And he probably, sometimes a man will get post-nut clarity after he already got you pregnant. Is you saying he's not even checking and asking about the baby no more, right? Because he don't like you.
I said that.
And let me tell you why. Y'all gonna beat me up about this. There are certain men, if they're not responsible, the way they would cheat that child is directly tied in how they like you or if they don't like you. If he don't like you, he ain't asking about that child. He ain't trying to be in that child's life. If he does like you, he will. That's an irresponsible man. The problem is we don't know which man that is yet because we didn't vet him long enough.
Ooh, okay, so that's video number 1 right there. So y'all drop a comment, let me know what y'all think about what was said in video number 1.
Bruh.
Yeah, so tonight we talking Black People Are Confusion, part 5. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. Let me get this comment. See, Donovan said, let's see, she trapped him. He realizes it and has remorse. Huh. I don't know, Donovan. Did she trap him? I don't know. Let me come to the panel, man. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. Let me come to the panel. Coco, Cole, Vince will probably pop back home. Y'all, any thoughts, or do I just need to, is this on me? What?
I mean, I think Donovan I think what he's saying is partially true. I don't know
Okay.
if anything can be considered a trap when you are knowingly going into it. Like you, at this point, you guys are adults. You're not teenagers anymore, and you know what happens when two people come together physically and are not careful. Don't have any protection. Don't practice safety and precaution. You already know what's going to happen. Come on now. And it sounds like this is not his first time getting a woman pregnant. He did it in high school when they were together the first time around. So it's like, let's just be so for real. He knows how to how two people make a baby. So I don't know if trapped is the right word. However, he probably feels trapped because now, he's promised her to take care of this baby and to be with her. And the more he's sitting with this, he's probably like, she's not who I would choose to be with like this. Like, I probably wouldn't choose her. But the problem is you could, you know what I'm saying? You're in this. Y'all living together, y'all to get like, and I'm guessing by now the honeymoon phase is over. I don't know what happens to y'all after these babies come into the picture. It's weird to me. What happens to y'all after these babies come into the picture? Because it's like she was all good when you was hunching on her and putting her in this position to get pregnant. Now you don't even want to be in the same room with her. It's like, what happens to these relationships once the baby comes into it? It's like, I agree with Ace. He probably don't even really like you like that, sis. He doesn't. He's trying to rekindle something, and it was fun at first, and it was nostalgic, but he don't like you like that. Because if he liked you like that, he would have been trying to hang on to you the first time around. He would have been sleeping around on you the first time around.
Right.
So I mean, it's foolish for her to even let herself even be put in the same situation with this man again. Now she the one getting pregnant, getting knocked up. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Can't make it up.
You can't make this shit up.
Let me get this comment, then we'll come back to it. See, Kenyatta said, I wonder if she has other children. That's a good question. She might. She said they're having their first child together. How many other people are in the home? See, we know he has at least one child. Yeah, no, that's a fact.
I think she actually said that she's having her first child with him.
Right.
I think
But
that's the way she said it.
Oh, okay.
She's having her first child. She's having her first child. Well, you're right, Kenyatta. Now that I'm restating that.
Hold tight. I just want to make sure.
You might be right, Kenyatta.
I recently connected with my high school sweetheart. I'm having my first child with him. We moved in together.
So she said, I'm having my first child with him. So yeah, she doesn't say her first child altogether.
Right. That's the thing. That's kind of tricky because does that mean you having your first child, period, or you having your first child with him?
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Kenyatta.
Yeah, she might have did a little word play on that. So yeah, Kenyatta, you might be on to something. But yeah, like you said, we already know that he's got one already prior to her. So yeah, that's gonna get interesting. Okay, before I get to it, Vince, I saw you just hop back on, man. You want to say anything on it, man, or you chilling right now?
Yeah, I think I sent you that video.
You did. You did. It made the cut.
And you know what? This is not uncommon. We met, and 4 months later, I got pregnant. We met, and 2 months later, I moved in. Because a lot of these relationships are being founded on struggle, and lies. Because if you say, oh, I'm going to pay all your bills, and you just met me, and you haven't vetted if I'm even worthy of you paying all my bills. So a lot of time it be these struggle conversations, and then that high school sweetheart, I think that was just to clean it up a little bit, to make it sound a little bit better. then I really only been knowing him for 4 months. You got to put that, oh, I knew him 10 years ago, when we was kids.
That's real.
They always got to clean it up a little bit.
Got to.
Like I just can't say I just been knowing him for 4 months and I had his baby and moved in, because that sounds crazy.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you make a valid point, man. That cleanup, that definitely goes heavy, that cleanup. But I even think, man, to your point, Vince, I understand what was taught back in the day. All right. So I know that fellas was taught back in the day, if you got a girl pregnant, you should marry the girl, take care of your family, and this and that and this and that. But I'm starting to learn that people they're using that as a cleanup. Yeah, it's a cleanup. She just said it. So basically, y'all was over here doing what y'all do. So let me just map the situation out. So you knew this cat back in the day. Yeah, you already said that your girl don't like him because he already did you dirty back in high school. Right. But you ran into this cat again, and your girl already don't like him because he did you dirty before. But you still went on and connected with this man, laid up with this man unprotected, whole got pregnant. Now my man talking about marrying you basically because you pregnant. He wasn't talking about marrying you, and then y'all got pregnant. He talking about marrying you because you pregnant. So essentially using it as a cleanup. Yeah, because now that you pregnant, you saying that my man, you come in the room, he dipping out the room. So basically he ain't even checking for you no more. Let's just be honest. He ain't checking for you no more. He don't even want to be around you like that. So basically I know you was just a quick little run through. Yeah, my man really does not care about you. And sometimes this is my issue with some of these situations. I'm like, I don't think people sit down and consider how your relationship with the other person affects the kids. Yeah, when you're in a situation like that where a man has a lack of respect or lack of care for you to that extent, he really ain't gonna want anything to do with the kids. Let me just be real. Yeah, because every time he look at them kids, he gonna think about you and the fact that he can't stand your guts. He didn't even want to have a baby with you, but he knew he was laying up raw with you. But in his mind, he didn't even want to have a baby with you. So that's the first thing. And that same thing also happens on the female side as well. Yep, a woman will have a child with a dude that she end up breaking up with because she ain't like what he was doing, or he wasn't doing what she wanted him to do, and this and that, or he was a brokey or whatever else. Even though she laid down with him, he was all these things she can't stand all of a sudden. Yep, and then in turn, typically what it looks like on the female side is the woman will leverage the kid against you because she can't stand you. She don't like you no more. She despises you now. And every time she look at that kid and that kid look just like you, she just be irritated. So I'm like, I don't even think we consider how the relationship between the man and the woman can affect the kids. Yeah, you saying this dude leave the room when you come in the room. So you already know where you stand with him. Like, let's be real. As a man, and let's say we got some other, we got Vince on the panel, we got Joe on the panel. As men, we already know when a dude get to the point where you step in the room and he throwing the deuces when you step in the room, now you might as well wrap that up. He ain't got no hollers for you at that point. Because when the dude get to that point, he gonna be turning down. You might try to slide him a little piece. He gonna turn it like he don't want to have nothing to do with you. Yeah, so I'm just like, we just not considering nothing. Yeah, I'm not considering nothing. Yeah, but then this is the other thing. I don't understand this one. Because I'm trying to figure out how do we keep getting back to this point. Question to the ladies. I thought y'all was man, what y'all call it? Girls, y'all was best buddies with y'all girlfriends. Y'all have all these candid conversations with each other, this and that. How is it that a friend of yours can be like, girl, you remember how this fool did you back in high school? You remember how you was feeling after my man went and had that baby on you and y'all was dating and he done went and stepped out and did his thing and like this fool he whack and you still like, girl, I don't care what you talking about. I'm about to go lay up with this fool and let him hit it raw. Like how how we get to that point? Like how we get to that point? Like I'm trying to come up with a comparison. It's almost like one of your boys from back in the day. Like, bro, you remember old girl, man? The whole football team ran through old girl. Like she got like 5, 6 kids, bro. Like you already know she a problem, bro. And you just be like, man, forget it, bro. I'm about to go get it anyway. Like what? Man, go ahead, Vince. Go ahead, man.
And the funny thing is that it worked both ways. I got partners, where they girls done put them in jail, and they
Man.
still go back to them. Little domestic violence situation, and somebody got to go.
For sure.
Y'all yelling and screaming, and y'all live in an apartment. Y'all know the walls is thin. Police like, okay, bro, you got to go. He go right back to, well, we went to church Sunday, so we done got saved, so that devil up out of her. I'm like, okay, well, I ain't got no bail money.
Right. All right, don't call me, bro.
I ain't got no bail money because I told you to leave her alone.
Yep.
It happened on both sides too. I was like, she must have put that thing wang on you for you to take. And then it be these other situations, and you know what's going on. I'm talking about chick living Warren. If you can read between the lines,
I know what you're saying.
She live in Warren or Ohio, Fowlerville, East Lansing. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Go right back to her.
Yeah, risking it all, man. Risking it all.
Risking everything.
Yeah, but like you said, that's always the first thought, man. She must put that on you, bro. Like like you already know is this about to go bad. Yeah, but as his boy, you be sitting there like, bro, this mess gonna go bad.
Well,
and just keep going back. Like, come on,
what it
bro.
is? They always throw that church in there to throw us because people ain't gonna really talk bad about the church. So we done went to church and we done gave our lives to the Lord. See me, I'd be like, so what that means? She's still crazy and you still a fool. You going to church ain't gonna make no difference.
Right.
But see, I would say something like that because I know what the real is. Because I know people be putting that smoke screen up sometime. And I was like, I said, you take a penitentiary, prison chances. That ain't.
Yeah,
but hey, I'm it not, happens on both sides.
Yeah, no, you're right about that, man. Listen, I don't understand it on both sides. I don't understand it because somebody's trying to give you the heads up, I'll rip, especially somebody you've been rocking with, somebody you feel like, you know what I'm saying, in your corner, and they're trying to give you a heads up like, man, my man already played you before. Like, don't go mess with my man no more. You still go do it, then it's like, okay, that's on you at that point. But let me ask this question, man, because this is I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this stuff because I said I know we talking black people are confusion. In 2026, with what we know, how we know things go, and what we've seen, why is it so hard to get married, then have a baby? If somebody drop a comment, let me know. Why is it so hard in 2026 to get married, then have a child? Yeah, because I hear the reverse. I hear folks have the child, then they want to get married. But I'm like, why is it so hard to get married, then have the child? Oh, Cole came off quick.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
So, look, because I asked the same thing. I asked the same thing. I think it's just a level of commitment. That's what I hear.
But Kenzie they be wanting to commit after the baby is here. So that's what I'm saying. Why is it so? Well, at least they act like they want to commit after the baby's here. So I'm like, why is it so hard to get married, then have a baby?
It's a different level of, I guess, responsibility and commitment. Anybody can. That's the view that I get. I hear anybody can spread their seed or whatever, but that marriage, oh, that's locked in. That's commitment. That's sharing resources. That's sharing, other stuff. That's a contract. That's permanent. I don't understand
Cole,
it. Trust me, I ask the same thing.
But see, even okay, so I hear what you're saying, but even for the person that's thinking that way, right? The marriage is still. Then listen, I'm saying this in this particular case, for the person that's thinking that way, the marriage is still temporary, right? So folks know that they can go get married, get their little marriage license, and especially in certain states, as long as you cut it off before a year, y'all can both go sell y'all separate ways. You know what I'm saying? With no assets divided, right? So people would look at marriage temporary these days. That's why we got so many divorces. So if you always feel like you got a way out or an escape route, then why is it so hard to get married and then have the baby?
That's the same thing. I don't know. I just go. That's the
Well,
feedback that I've heard because I ask that often online and everywhere else. People easy to make a child, but that commitment be a whole nother conversation.
and I don't think in this generation that marriage is important, that marriage is required. Because you got to realize a lot of people having these kids came from single mamas and daddies or whatever you want to call it. So it's not back in my father's days. It
Required, but I
was
think people just
required.
giving up.
No, people don't even think about marriage. I got grown kids. They don't even think they don't think about no marriage. They ain't think about no
But Vince,
ain't nobody
even going
married. They just
even going
having
back
sex.
even going to the video though, she said after she found out she was pregnant, whatever. At least, and I'm not saying he was gonna go through with it, but my man, at least he was talking. Saying he want to marry old girl now that he knows she pregnant. So at least he having the thought. But I'm not saying he gonna put the right actions behind it. But he was having the thought. So it's like somebody thinking something.
But that's what she said.
That's true.
He ain't sitting there saying I'm gonna marry her. I was gonna marry her. Cause where the ring at? If you gonna marry somebody, you at least go get engaged, right?
That's
I think
true.
a lot of times people just be talking. I mean, I did it. I told you I was engaged 3 times and never even planned the wedding. It was a placeholder.
Oh man, that's
Man,
crazy.
it was a placeholder.
Vince, you gonna shut me down like that, man?
It's too
honest, it was a placeholder. One of them, it was just because she was pressuring me to get her a ring, so she ain't even want to get married. Because after I got a ring, then it was like, oh, do I really want this? Oh, I don't think I really want this. And then the other two was more so. Then it was more so situational. Cause I got engaged. It was funny because me and Ray was talking. We don't remember. I got engaged at the Chili's over dinner. I didn't even put no effort into it.
Oh,
and she knew it. I was like, over Chili's. Oh, over a 2 for $24.
Oh man!
Oh my God! And I had a couple of dollars then. I didn't have as many dollars as I do now, but I wasn't like broke and struggling.
Right.
It was just we together, we live together, we halfway like each other.
I got you.
And the funny thing about it is that we never planned a date. We never said we gonna go down to the courthouse or we gonna have a wedding. It was engaged with absolutely no plan.
No witnesses, no nothing, huh?
That's how I knew it was different with Remy. We got engaged, and 2 months later we were married. It wasn't the one of them. Because I'm pretty sure y'all ran into people that's been engaged for 4, 5 years, 6 years. We engaged. Y'all got a date? No, we just taking our time.
Crazy work.
6 years and 3 kids later. We just taking our time.
Crazy work.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Hey, you know me. I'm transparent. It just is what it is.
No, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, you provided us the example right there, man. So that kind of explains that. Let me get Coco in here. Go ahead, Coco. And then I come over to
I mean,
Joe.
I was just gonna add to it because I feel like I've asked that question before too, and the response that I got was it's easier.
Yeah.
Like it's easier to just have the baby. You know what I'm saying? The baby is not as big of a commitment. And I beg to differ. I think that
That's what I said.
it's crazy. Because
Mhm.
like you just pointed out, you can get divorced, you can go your separate ways, divide up your assets. And I'm not saying that doesn't come with some, drawbacks, pros, cons. I get it. Okay. But you can't divorce your kid. Like you can't now you're tied to this person forever because I don't understand this whole 18-year thing. Like that's not even real. Like as long as your child is alive, which I hope which we should want it to be for a very, 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 very long time, they should outlive us. If that's the case, then you're never rid of that person. So I don't understand that logic. That it's easier.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Like you said, you're talking about a lifelong attachment. So yeah, I don't understand how folks take that position that it's easier to produce a child than to get married. Like that's wild to me. You say something, Cole?
Yeah, back to the 18-year-old thing. I don't understand that. That just proves that people really don't intend on being parents for the long haul. Once you're a parent, you are a parent through and through. That 18-year-old crap don't mean nothing. I have gotten so upset with that mindset.
Yeah, yeah. It's one, we dealing with a different type of parent these days. Two, I think that there was some validity to that back in the day. When the scenario was a father and a mother having 5, 6, 10 kids, working the farm, doing that whole thing. I think they was trying to move kids along, so they kind of set a year, like, okay, when you get around this age, I need you to get your own, take over the farm and this and that and blah 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 blah. Because you talking sharecropping, there was all type of stuff going on back then. So I think in that instance, there was an application there. You know what I'm saying? Even with the you on your own at 18 mentality, there was also a mentality of the kids was doing stuff a lot younger. Yeah, so kids was already working the farm at 10, 12 years old, 9 years old. The young girls was already in the kitchen cooking with mama at 5 and 6. They was making the table at 7 and 8. Like, they was making sure daddy was good at 10 years old. Like, so there was a totally different expectation back then when it came to the dynamic between parents and children. Yeah, it looked totally different. I've heard some of the stories. Some of the young girls was 12 years old working in the lady's house, on the other side of town as a maid, and she was 12 years old. So it's just a whole different dynamic versus what's going on today. But yeah, no, I do agree. You can't, especially because this is the thing. Some people are parents, and some people take pride in being parents. Yeah, it's two different things. Yep, some folks out here, they produce the kids and it's like, all right, I'm done with it. And then some folks produce the kids and then they pour into the kids, so the outcome is great. So it's two different types of parents out here. So I think we got to keep that in mind. But the effort, that's the key part of that. So yeah, somebody thinking that, like I said, it stops for a child at 18, that don't even make sense, because nowadays at 18, you still super immature. You ain't seen nothing yet. Yep. So throwing you out to the wolves, you'll be out here sinking. Yeah, because the way it is now is nothing like how it was. Yeah, so no, that's a whole nother thing. Let me check in with Joe. Joe, you still there?
Yes, sir.
You want to say
How's it
something, man?
going?
Doing good. How you doing, man?
Yeah, doing great. Had a great day today, actually. Any day where I'm making money is a great day to me.
For sure. For sure.
You asked the question. Why do people choose to have the kid before marriage? Or
Yeah,
no,
why is it so hard to get married then have the kid?
oh yeah. So I mean, I thought it was an easy answer. I sat back. I was just kind of waiting for everyone else to say what to me is obvious. It's just lust. That's it. I mean, we wanted to be something more than that. I do too. We wanted to be so complex and so psychological. And what's the theory? What's the reason? Let's break it down. It's just that intense drive to just do things, and for a man to release things, and for a woman to carry things.
So hold on, Joe.
Scratching things.
Let me question you on that, Joe. So then why can't let me add an additional piece to it since you responded that way. So then why can't you lust and condom yourself or birth control yourself or whatever? Why does it have to be raw lust?
Because they want what they want.
No, I'm gonna
Selfish as hell.
hold on, Carl. I want to let
Sorry.
Joe get this. Joe, why does it have to be raw lust? Because you can lust and not be raw. Why it's got to be raw lust?
Because it's like, how do I say?
I think it's being irresponsible.
No. That's not. I got the answer in my head. I'm trying not to. It's just okay.
Nah, I say it. Just feel it.
Nothing.
No chaser. Not even try to fix yourself to be politically correct.
You say
We're
trying to
gonna respond to
sugarcoat
that
it.
Yeah, we're gonna respond to that foolishness. Go ahead. Just
Let's
say
put it
your
this
ass
way.
selfish. Just say you want the raw.
Well, that's the psychological part, but in terms of the physical aspect, it's like if
You
you
like
put
your
a
best
glove
feeling.
on your hand, that's all. It's a feeling. It's everyone knows
crazy.
it doesn't compare, and some people
Selfish as
understand the
hell.
consequences of sacrificing that protection of putting that glove on your hand to protect yourself from frostbite. It's like I want to feel everything, and it's a night and day
Selfish.
difference. And it's
Inconsiderate.
selfish, but it's also hijacking the biological desire to want to do so. So the biological desire to want to have raw, unfiltered sex is right, but it's the lust that corrupts it, right? So the desire to want to have a child is there. To not have a condom is there, but it's misplaced, right? It's backwards. It's putting the cart before the horse. So that in itself is not wrong. It's the sequence in which it is wrong. So like you said, it's wanting to have the baby before the marriage. So, and lastly, Coco said that it's impossible to divorce a child. So as a man, I don't know if that's true. I've been raised around a lot of people who, the kids feel like they've been divorced if the father's not in the home. And if they're absent, it doesn't matter if they share the same resemblance, the same likeness, the same look, the same characteristics, personality of the man. If he's not there, the child feels he's been divorced. And we see how children behave as a result of being abandoned. So to them, it feels like a divorce. And it is, in fact, a divorce. The only reason why it's that way, more so with men, because of women, is also obvious. Man, it takes us 9 minutes to complete the process. For a woman, it takes 9 months. So a woman is much more invested just naturally. She's going to be more attached to the child than a man is. So for a woman to know that a man is going to be committed as much as she is committed to the process, she needs to do her due diligence to ensure that she's protected financially with resources, that he's going to love her as much as he would love the child. Because like you said, you cannot love the child if you have that kind of disdain for the mother. It's impossible. He sees the child, you and the child as one, and you come as a package to him. If he divorces you, he divorces that child. And that's the reality a lot of women don't want to accept. So you get married first, and if he's serious and you want to do it, it'll happen in 2 months, like it happened with Vince, or sooner. Oh, that's a shotgun wedding. No, it's not. He wanted to do it. He wants his friends and family to see it. He wants witnesses. He wants it to be more than Chili's. He wants it to be grand and as creative as he can possibly make it. Because he loves you, he's gonna most likely love that child as much. He's marrying you and the child if he marries you first.
I
But
got you.
for some reason, their lust. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna let this slide. I'm gonna let him have a baby on me. Okay. And you thought he was gonna change because now he has a baby with you? How do you not think that because he impregnated that one girl that he left for you, that he wasn't going to do that to you, impregnate you and leave you too? That's logic, and I know they know it, but they ignore it because of lust.
Okay, now I appreciate that right there. So that just triggered another question. Let's say then I'm start transitioning us. I'm gonna ask this question. Y'all drop a comment in the comments, and I'm coming to the panel too. 'Cause I need to know some things tonight. Who's more lustful? Is it men or women?
Women? Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
I'm
I
just curious to hear what
say,
y'all say. Who's more lustful? Is it men or
I
women? Drop a
said
comment and
both
then
of
to the
them.
panel. So
Both of
no,
them.
it can't be both. We ain't gonna
Why
do that,
can't
Cole.
be
You
both?
got to pick one. You got to
Man,
pick one.
I'm gonna say
I
men.
can't pick one because they both got their scenarios. They both
Nah,
got their scenarios.
I'm gonna
So
say
Ben, let's
men.
see. Vince said men. Cole, you trying to you got to pick one. You can't. Vince
I
standing
said
on business. He
men.
said it's
I
men.
said men. I said men.
So it's men. Okay, you saying men too. Coco, Joe, what y'all say? Who more
I say
lustful? Is it the
women.
women or the men? What
Oh,
do you
I
say?
say.
I ain't.
I thought I was lustful. I thought I was bad with my lust, and it's still intense. And so I still have to control. But when I get around certain women, I'm like, whoa. Like when they want you, and there are things that I never thought they wanted me to do. I'm like, I never even thought. Like as lustful as I am, I never
Hold
even
that
thought she.
thought. Hold that
But
thought, Joe. Hold
Okay.
that
but
thought.
but see
Can
but
I?
see the
Can I?
cat.
I need to hurry up and get my comment because
Hey, Clay, I'm gonna say the caveat with that
before I
is
forget.
those women liked you. A man will have sex with anybody.
I was gonna say yes. I
It's
was
a
gonna say
it's
I still think it's men. I
I
think
used to
it's men.
drive up and down Woodward at 12 o'clock at night going to work and see a one-legged, bald-headed woman out there selling herself, and she had to be making money because I was out there 4 nights a week driving, and I would see her passing by. So she was obviously somebody was getting something from her,
Mm-hmm.
looking
Yeah,
like the
I
okay.
crypt
got
keeper.
you. Ooh wee. I got you. Okay, so y'all saying the
Men
men.
definitely.
Okay, Coco, you want to respond? Then I'm gonna come to
But
Cole. So she.
to Joel's point, okay. I still think overall in general it's men. However, I will say this. When a woman is lustful though, when a woman is in that state, she is worse than a man.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that when a woman is in that state, she absolutely can trump a man.
Gang.
I
Oh,
got
I
you.
was about to
Because
say
I
something
don't think
crazy.
that men are looking for, I don't think that men and society in general think of women in that way and understand that women also have the ability to get there. So they just automatically assume that it's always going to be the man that's going to be the aggressive party. But when a woman gets there, like when if it's something that she wants bad enough, and I'm talking about lust in anything, it don't even matter. It could be a man, it don't even matter. When a woman set her sight on something like that, watch out.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that right
And
there. Let me check
and
with
sex is
Cole.
no different.
Okay. I don't want to lose Cole. You still want to make your comment, Cole?
Hmm.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna be a little unfiltered. This that the y'all both sides with the left y'all didn't f the game all the way up. I'm mortified and disgusted by how y'all have let y'all weak minds succumb to lust.
No
Mm.
pun
It is
intended.
disgusting. Why can't you slut in your marriage? Be all the slut you want in your marriage, in your commitment with your person. Do all the shit you want to do. But you gotta go to him, her, she, they, it, all that, because you ain't got no vagina and dick discipline. We
That's true.
talking about the mind here. This what you think about all day, every day?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I tell Remy all the time,
I
men
mean,
are
it's
the nastiest creatures in the
crazy.
world.
Say that again, Vince. I missed that,
I
man. What you
said,
say?
I tell Remy all the time, men are the nastiest creatures in the world.
Hmm.
Why you think the porno industry is still $1 billion industry? It's the first transaction. You just had the owner of the 49er, who's a probably billionaire, 47,
Yeah, I
decent
heard
looking
about that.
cat, getting some box from a trying to set up some box from a chick in a trailer park for
Yeah, I heard about that.
$140.
Yeah, I heard about that.
If that ain't stupid and
Yeah,
lustful, I don't know.
yeah, that's
Stupid,
true.
first of all.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
For
How
risking it
about
all.
$140.
Yeah, billionaire risking it all. Like, come on, man. Yeah, it just
but you
let's
discount?
see,
Oh,
Civil.
go ahead.
Hold tight, Joe. Civil said, "Don't forget the Patriots owner." Yeah, they him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's
Mm-hmm.
this lust is definitely a wild one. I said, Cole, she ain't lying about what she was saying. Go ahead, Joe. Then I'm gonna go to the next one.
I, I mean, I can only speak from my experience. That's why I say women, because like as bad again as bad as I thought I was, I said, whoa. Um, it's like when you just give them the space to be that. A lot of times, I feel like women hold it back a lot more. They're more reserved, and they do it because society wants them to be in a lot of ways, and so they kind of play into that illusion until as Vince said, they like you enough and also they trust you enough that you're not gonna judge them for having those feelings and just letting it loose. Like what it's like shaking up a soda bottle and just opening up the top real fast and then everything comes out. And you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
like everything. So not to say men don't do it. It's just when you even think about women can go round after round, I mean multiple. Man, we 1, 2, we cool, right? Women can round after round after round, and then you also have some of them have fantasies of multiple men at the same time. And men would think, oh yeah, that sounds great. I want one, but he's like, I just like the one. I'll do one at a time. So men, if we have sex with a bunch of women, it's usually one at a time. With women, it can be 2, 3. I've been invited to listen. I'm like, do what? You want me to do what?
we
Like with who?
we
And
gonna
she
we
just.
gonna hold it
So
there, Joe. We gonna hold it there.
I mean, you asked. I'm giving they gave their reasons. I gave
Nah, I
my
feel you.
reason, and
I
it's.
got kids on here,
I know
man.
this supposed to be PG. Oh, okay, all right.
Hold that thought, Joe. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I can give you the
let,
sanitized
let
version.
me pivot, man. I got kids and I got kids in these comments, man. Let me pivot to this next one. Let me pivot to this next one.
Women, we are literally taught.
Let me get that right.
As
All right.
women, we are literally taught how to be wives from the moment that you fucking come out of the womb. Everything that you're taught by your elders, by school, by your religion, if you're religious or whatever, is how to be a wife.
And how to be appealing
And how to
to
be
men in the
appealing
form of
to
a wife.
men. Men are not taught how to be husbands. Men are not taught. So we have this constant war in relationship is because you want to force us into this box of this is what you need to be doing, this is how you need to show up, this is how you need to do whatever. And like no one holds them to that same standard.
Man, what? Oh, let me check
Is
these
that it?
comments and hold on, hold tight. Let me check these comments. I'm gonna come right back. Let's see. I think that's pronounced. That's Salata Renee. It says I disagree. I'm assuming might have been disagreeing with Joe. I'm gonna let me know what you was disagreeing with. Let me know what you. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, she
Thank you,
didn't change
Donovan.
names. I
I
recognize that
agree.
face. She didn't change names. Let's see. Donovan said, I agree with Joe. A man has one tool, women have multiple. Oh, there you go, man. Yup.
I mean, I was
Yo.
trying to be honest. So
Lizzie
no,
Civil said, this is a family program at Joe. Yeah, Joe over here trying to get us in trouble. We got kids in the comments, man. All right. That was video number 2 right there. So this young lady said that the women is being trained on how to be wives as soon as they born, basically. Is this true?
No,
I don't know what
not
to
at
say.
all. And I think we need to be honest. Like, I think we need to finally just say this, okay? Women are taught how to be women. I think that you definitely get the talk from your aunts, from your grandmother, from your mom on how to present yourself as a woman. Now, the caveat to that is the type of women that you have around you. The type of women that you have around you is going to determine how thorough that education is and the level of standards that you are going to be taught. But you do get the rundown on being a woman, right? And maybe what some things are expected from women, right? But I wouldn't go as far to say that when she speaks in general terms, we in general are taught how to be wives from birth. If that was the case, and if that was a general thing, there would be more wife ready women out here. But there's not a lot of wife ready women out here. So that easily disproves your point, right? There are women that know how to women, right? What, and you can, whatever you want to consider that, right? Whatever you consider a woman to be, there are women that know how to women, but there aren't a lot of women that know how to wife. So that's no. Same thing with men. I think from my understanding, men are taught how to be male and how to develop certain male characteristics and what that might look like growing into a man, what those things might look like. But to say that he specifically taught how to be a husband in general, we talk about general terms. I'm not saying this doesn't happen. I'm talking about in general. I don't think that that's true either. I do believe that there are more men that are taught responsibility, and that's a very big part of being a husband. I think that a lot of men are taught the importance of being someone that the type of man that can be relied on, can be depended on. Those are also qualities that a husband will need. So if we're going to go with her logic, then I would actually say it's men being taught those qualities more so than women. The problem we have to also consider, though, is that a lot of us are growing up in single parent homes. When you add that into the mix, that's why I'm not confident in saying this is generally happening on both sides. Because when you add that into the mix, that being daughters are growing up without fathers, sons are growing up, without fathers. And sometimes, in some cases, I know it's not as prevalent, the child is growing up without a mom. So the balance is not there. So how is a woman, doing all of this preparing on her own? Because some of that teaching that a woman would need, a young girl would need to understand wifehood would come from the father too. But see, we don't like to talk about that. We don't like to talk about that. That father being in the home and her seeing the interaction between her mother and her father, and her seeing how her father treats her mother and how the mother reciprocates to that treatment is a very big and important lesson. And a lot of us are missing that lesson because the two parents aren't in the same home. So that's not happening. So when you factor those things in, it just makes her point seem like it's just another talking point, but there's really no teeth. There's no truth behind it, right? It's just something she's saying just to say. Because a lot of y'all just learn how to wipe yourselves properly, women. A lot of y'all had to go to TikTok to learn how to properly cleanse yourselves. A lot of y'all just learned that. A lot of y'all just learned that, you know what I'm saying? Certain things don't go certain places. A lot of y'all just learned that. A lot of y'all still don't know how to take care of your hoo-ha properly. That's why it be smelling like it do in the ladies' room when I go in there. A lot of y'all don't know, but you want to talk about from birth, you get taught how to be a wife. I don't see how you don't even get taught how to wash your behind right. We really pretending like they teaching us how to be wives from birth? We really pretending that's what we doing? So, I mean, if we're going to have the conversation, let's be for real. Let's have a real conversation. This is why Black people are confusion. Y'all are learning everything from social media. But then you want to say that girls are taught from birth how to be wives. That doesn't even make sense. So, I mean, that's my point. I'll land.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. Let's say you went on and laid that on out. Yeah, no, that video crossed my across the desk, and I'm just like, really? Yeah, I'm like, where is that happening? Yeah, because to your point, I said there would be more marriage-minded, marriage-ready women out here if that was the case. So yeah, I'm like, I don't know if she was trying to be sarcastic or what. But I don't know where that's at. I don't see that. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if anybody else want to say anything on it. I got one more I gotta run. Let's say we ain't, we ain't going all night. Everybody good? Y'all look like y'all good. All right, cool. All right, I got one last one. This is a scenario, and I need to get y'all opinion on something. So I'm gonna run this video. This one probably gonna get me in trouble, but that's all good.
What's the craziest reason you broken up with someone?
So many things.
You quick to 86 somebody?
Very quickly. I don't got time. Dress. I need you to dress.
You want him to dress his age?
I just, dress your age. I don't like Jordans. I don't like all of that stuff. I like, just be sharp. Just look nice.
Yeah.
Just look grown. Because when I go out, I'm going to look grown. I want you to look grown.
Right.
Broke up with somebody. Finances.
Mm-hmm.
Finances. Not because he made less, but because of how much less and how it showed. We went out to a restaurant and we went to brunch in some city I was in, and the waitress comes up to us and she said, well, the owners here, they love you. They love your comedy. And I invited them to the show. They said, all we're going to ask you to do is just pay the taxes on the bill.
Yeah.
And the bill got to be like $300. So what I'm paying, $30, $40?
Oh, yeah.
So
Plus the tip.
Plus the tip, maybe $100.
$100.
So he gives them his card. Mind you, we didn't even add the tip yet.
Yeah.
They ring up the card and bring it back and ask if you want to leave a tip. It's got to be like $40.
Yeah.
Declines.
This man $40 decline?
But listen, not only does the $40 decline, there's no other option to pay for anything. So the $40 decline and he just sitting there like this. And I'm looking at him and the waitress is sitting there. So I just pulled out my card. I said, here, you can put it on this. And she goes, you sure? I said, yeah, just put it on that. She puts it on the card. He says, thank you for taking care of that. I said, it's fine. Drives me back to my hotel. I'm quiet. And he said, why are you so quiet? I said, you didn't have $40. And he was like, I didn't know the card was going to decline. I said, not only did you not have $40, you don't have it at all because there was no other option. There was no other card for you to pull.
You ain't have no cash on you?
You didn't have no cash on you. And even if you left your wallets home, you didn't even stop and say, hey, T, I'm going to Zelle you or cash. Not that I would have taken it, but you didn't even say, hey, thank you for paying for that. I don't know what's going on with my car. I'll Zelle you right now the money back. I'll Cash App you right now the money back. You didn't have it at all. And I never talked to him after that.
So let me ask y'all a question. I saw that video circulating. Was that enough to cut that man off? I'm curious. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all say. Was that enough to cut that man off and stop dating that man?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
1,000%. Absolutely.
Who's going first? Who's going first? Hold on. Who's going first?
Next video. Absolutely.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. So Coco saying that was enough. Vince is saying that was enough. Joe, you saying that's enough. Where Cole at? Cole down there?
Yes.
Was that enough to cut him, Cole?
I mean, I think so.
Okay, so you saying that was enough to cut him too. So all four of y'all. I see, hold on, we got Kenyatta. She said, yep, he's not ready to date. Okay. And then Civil said, I hate to agree, but yes. Okay. So
Donovan right there.
Shouldn't have dined out that
That's
day.
what I'm saying. I agree with Donovan.
Okay. So everybody is saying that was enough to cut that man off. Why would
that is insane?
Why would she not ask that man what happened?
It don't matter. Cause it don't matter.
What you mean it don't matter?
At that big old age, he ain't got $40. Any excuse he bring, it don't matter. And I know they over 40. He don't have $40. It don't matter what the excuse is.
40 without 40.
Because whatever the excuse is, I don't want to be bothered with it. If you down on your luck right now, I don't want to be bothered with it. If the IRS is garnishing your checks, I don't want to be bothered with it. If child support is eating you up, I don't want to be bothered with it. If you between jobs, I don't want to be bothered with it. At my big old age, at 40-something years old. Broke men shouldn't date. Broke men should not date. They need to be working, cleaning doing Uber, DoorDash, sweeping the streets, something. You get no punani.
I mean, I agree. I agree with everybody else because, and it's not the money for me. I'm gonna try to pronounce this right. Is it Saletha?
Hold on. Hold on.
She did. I'm trying to say it right, girl.
I recognize that picture, so I know
I'm gonna call her what you want me to call her.
So Saletha. That's what she said. Saletha.
I like that.
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
So yes, girl, you're right because the comedian T, he really could have just said, "Look, I don't know what happened with the card. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So yeah, I'll figure out what's going on with the card, but I'll cash app you the $40 or whatever you had to spend because I wasn't expecting that. Something must be going on with the bank, whatever. Because it legit could have been an issue. If it was, just let me finish this. If it was really a money issue, no, I'm just saying, if it really was a money issue, I can't think of what valid issue would be because I don't know what valid issue that would be that still doesn't say lack of responsibility. And that's what it is for me. It's not the $40, okay, y'all. It's what the $40 not having it says about you. It's not the money, right? We can't get on this platform and tell people that they're supposed to be getting to know people and they're supposed to be watching people's actions, and that's going to tell them a lot about that person. This told her a few things about him, right? First of all, you didn't have the money. It looks like you didn't have it. Let's just say the bank just collapsed. I don't know, but you didn't have the money, okay? Other than that, you didn't have the money. You didn't have it. You didn't have the money. So that's already saying one thing. You either not budgeting well, or you know what I'm saying? Like you're not keeping track of your money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be good, girl. I'm trying to be good though. But for real, like it says a lot about you though. You didn't have the money, and that's a small amount not to have, especially if you know you're going out. That's a really tight. So was you gonna pay for dinner if they didn't come over and say we comping it? If they didn't say we comping the bill, okay, we comping the bill, then how was you gonna take care of the $300 bill? So you just wasn't ready. You weren't ready at all. You didn't have the 40, you didn't have the 300, you just wasn't ready. So there's some irresponsibility there. There's something you're not good with money, you irresponsible. Maybe you got something going on with your finances or your job. And if that's the case, you obviously not being forthcoming with her about exactly what that looks like. All bad. All bad. So yeah, I'm not usually one to say, you know, if he don't got money, then, you know, I'm not usually one to say that, but this one to me just don't, there's too much here that's going on behind the scenes that makes me uncomfortable, and I would have to just bow out.
Okay, go ahead, Vincent. I'm gonna come on to Joe after that. Go ahead.
I don't think that they were initially going on a dinner date. I think probably what happened is he probably was at the comedy show where she was at and they were talking and somebody told her, hey, I'm going to give you a dinner. All you got to do is pay the taxes and pay the tip. So I don't even think they were going on a dinner. I think that was just something that happened while they were interacting with each other. Because I know a lot of dudes that don't go out on dates. Like they'll tell someone to pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm here, pull up. If I'm at the bar, pull up. If I'm over my boy house, pull up.
Right.
Not my house. Not my house, pull up.
But it's the money because at a certain age, you should have something. Okay, if you didn't have a debit account, you ain't got a Capital One. Yeah. Everybody got a Capital One. Everybody done started out with that old faithful Capital One account that you got to put that $300 in.
Right.
To get your credit back on track. Come on now.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. No, that's real. I'm gonna ask another question. I'm gonna let Joe, if he want to comment real quick. If not, I'm gonna ask his second question. You want to say something, Joe? Well, I'm gonna put this other question out here.
I think the last time I didn't have.
Oh, okay. No, my bad. Go ahead. Drop your comment. I didn't know what you was gonna say. Something. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to say the last time I didn't have $40 to my name was when I accidentally didn't realize I locked my account on my card, but it was there. So I was like, oh, wait a second, that's off. At my age, yeah. So no, I'm sorry, Chloe. I know you try to give him like a little small out. And I just thought of one. I said, okay, lock card. That makes sense because that's happened to me 3 or 4 times. Like, oh yeah, I locked my card because that's just a habit. But then when I realized my card is locked, I unlock it, and then $40 is there. So yeah, I personally don't feel I wouldn't feel comfortable dating a woman. It's a physical discomfort. It feels like this doesn't eventually, even if I pull up to her place or she pulls up to mine, at some point she's going to want to go other places outside of just the house, other places outside of just going to the park. There's going to be some money spent involved, and 9 times out of 10 is going to be either mutual or, in my case, if I really like the girl, I'm paying for it because it's just something I want to do. And I feel uncomfortable taking a woman out or doing anything with her because anything, even if it's a free activity, something can come up where, oh shit, we got to catch Uber back home. I got to make sure you get back. So now I need the money. So I just can't even, I can't fathom. I don't understand.
Okay.
My brain is like,
mad. I ain't mad. So I gotta present this question then.
Embarrassed.
Oh, Coco she want to interject. Go ahead, Coco.
Why you asking your question? I would like to ask a follow-up question to B-Boxer. I would like to ask him to explain. Can he explain why is this her why is this her level? Like, can you just expand on that? What you mean by that, please?
I know what he means.
It sounds like he's saying she the guy for her.
Bigger than a linebacker. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like he's saying. That she's the one for her. That's what it sounds like. I'm gonna let him respond to that. Oh well, he just said it. She built like a defensive tackle. So that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. So he's saying that she actually on her level. So that's what he's saying. So let me ask this question. Let me ask this question then. So in her early part of her interview, she said that she alluded to the fact that this dude made less than her. Yeah, she alluded to that in the earlier part of this interview. And she's saying that somebody offered her this free meal or to comp this meal, and all she had to do was pay the taxes. Now, I'm not sure why somebody would be offering you a free meal, then telling you got to pay some taxes. Like, that ain't a free meal. So that's a little interesting to hear that anyway. But to hear nor there. But
still a free
she alluded
meal.
to the fact that she alluded to the fact that she's making more than this man. She alluded to, she explained the situation of, whoever it is, she got to pay these taxes so they can eat the dinner. So 2 questions that I have in this scenario. If she was the one getting presented this meal, then why is he got to pay for it? And then the second question is, if he was out with her, why are we assuming that he don't have $40?
Because his card declined. He offered no other forms of payment.
Hold on. But that don't mean he don't have $40. He could have
So
just
where
had
was
it.
the
Joe just gave the
$40?
scenario. Joe just gave a scenario. So that
So
doesn't mean
unlock
that
the card. Unlock it. Unlock it and send her the $40 back. It was the way he handled it. If that really was the case, he could have did exactly what she said. He could have been like, dang, I forgot I locked my card. Thank you for taking care of that. What I'm going to do, give me your Cash App, give me your Venmo, and I'll just send you the money back. Man, I'm sorry that happened. Then she would be like, oh, okay. It was a mistake. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happens. But the fact that he didn't offer an alternative at all to nothing, but thank you. That was his response. Thank you for doing that. Like, and quiet as kept. Don't get me wrong. It was her comped meal because they did comp the meal. Okay. Yes, she had to pay tax, but they did comp the meal. So you don't have to look at this way, but I would. That means that he just sat down and he had a $300 meal for $40. So she did chip in. She chipped in with her name. Her name is what got her the $300 meal.
Oh, come on.
If it wasn't for her being who she was, they would have been sitting somewhere having to pay for that $300-$400 meal. So she did contribute. In this case, because she's the one that's the public figure, her presence is what got them the meal in the first place.
Agreed.
So why you can't come up off the $40?
And Coco, even if he was trying to make a play like, I'm going to see how she is. I'm going to see if she down for me if I wouldn't have nothing. No, she not. And most women aren't. So it's still, I don't want to be bothered. So no, she ain't going to be down for you if you lose everything. They just, sorry, nope.
Hold on,
so maybe it was that kind of play. Man, I'm gonna see. You know how these dudes nowadays. Man, I'm
Hold
gonna
on,
see
Vince.
if
Hold on.
she
Let me
gonna be
put you on.
down for me if I lose everything. If I ain't really got it, will she pick up the pieces and hold me down until I get back on track? Nope.
So hold on, Vince. Let me put you on the spot, man. Let me put you on the spot. Let's say we married men up here on this panel, man. So you telling me you step out the roof, Chris, you get declined on the let's just say the bill $60. You get declined on your card. You run it through your cards, you get declined. Is wifey gonna handle that, or is she gonna look at you till you figure it out? Well, how we handling that?
I can't even fathom that for $60. It ain't gonna happen. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna happen for $60.
Man, you gotta play along, man. Man.
Yeah. Put yourself in his shoes.
What wifey do? I could be on the other side of the building. If she at the register, she gonna call me. Hey, where are you? Mind you, all the money coming out the same account. She got the same card I got. She gonna wait for me to get down there and pull our joint debit card out. And she got the same card in her purse.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, is she gonna wait for you to figure it out?
It's coming the same money. That's the first. I'm like, babe, you got the same card. I ain't going in my purse. Okay, you just want to feel like I bought it. Okay, here go Big Daddy. Bam, throw that card.
I'm just curious, man. Because at the end of the day, you make a valid point, man. I in this situation, I'm looking at the young lady in the video, and I'm like, okay, so you wouldn't have. To me, this is my assumption. She wouldn't have been out with a dude if he was broke. Yep, I don't see this lady the way she talking. I don't see her going out with this dude if he wasn't good for $40. Like I'm not seeing that. So I'm like, for you to go out with this man, he put this card up here and basically this thing is declining. I'm thinking something may be off. Because if anything, this would speak more against, I think her name is Takara Williams. This would speak more towards her. Because why is you even out with a dude that ain't good for $40?
How she know he not good for $40
Hold
though,
on,
y'all?
hold on. But what I'm saying is you framing it like he ain't got $40, but you not framing it like you out on a date with a dude that you really can't trust. And that's what I'm saying. She's talking like she know better. She talking like she don't entertain brokies. She talking like she making way more money than this guy because she alluded to it in the earlier part of the video. But then you out on the date with him. So see now me, I got questions, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm with Vince. I don't understand this. Because when I heard this scenario, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I put the card up here, something declined. Clearly something going on at the bank. Because the cards don't decline. So something going on with that. Okay, well, cool. Then something going on with that. Let me go to card number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One of these boys gonna work, and then I'm gonna have to get on the phone with the bank and figure out what just happened. Because this don't happen. Yeah, I may even reach down in the pocket and pull it. So that's not happening. So I don't understand this scenario, right? But I'm watching it piece by piece, and I know by default most folks is gonna say he a bum cat. Yeah, he ain't got it. He shouldn't be dating. He shouldn't be there, this and that. But rarely is somebody going to say, why is she out here with this type of dude? So that's why I wanted to present the question. I wanted to see what perspective everybody takes in that scenario. Is it him or is it her? Because we're talking about black people are confusion. So is he confused because he ain't moving like a man should move? Or is she confused because she messing around with the type of dude she shouldn't be messing with?
I think you confused us because that's not how you asked the question. How you asked the question was, was she right? You gave the scenario, and then you said, was she right? And we said, yes. We answered the question how you asked it. You didn't ask us if we thought there was anything wrong with her.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't ask us that.
Yeah.
You asked us if we thought she was right, if we agreed. And we said, yes, we agree. We agree. You didn't ask us what her issues were. You didn't ask us that because that's a whole nother list of answers and responses. You didn't ask us what her issues were. B-Box had already pointed out one of them. You ain't asked us what her issues were.
He was talking about her physical makeup. Unless I missed something.
He said that man was on her level.
Right. And he was talking about her physical makeup as a what do you call it, a linebacker,
which was a symptom of the results that she got. Right? You ain't asked us that. See, I'm just saying you ain't asked us that.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give you that. I want to see. Go ahead, Vince.
But then you also, if this the first couple of days, a person can put a front up. Because Remy has friends that are beautiful. They walk around with $3,000-$4,000 bags and they live in their hotels. Or they come about to get repossessed.
I've seen that.
So they walking around in the set and you thinking, okay, this chick got it together. She look good. She put together good. You don't know until you start talking to her that she got that from a car accident. And she, people be scamming and drifting and gifting or whatever you want to call it. So you don't really know until you really 3-4 dates in on what a person really working with. Right. Because people can be driving a car that ain't theirs, put together somewhat, and then you get down to the get down, and dude ain't got nothing to his name but that car and that one outfit.
Yeah, no, that's valid, man. No, like I said, at the end of the day, I don't. In this particular video lesson, I'm looking at both sides, but I don't agree with old boy. Yeah, I don't understand that mindset, right? I'm a person of preparation. I'm a person of solution, right? So that's not happening. And if something did pop up right then and there, I'm on that type of time. Hold on, I'll be back. Let me make this run to the ATM real. I'll be back. Like let's just say all the cars was declined for some reason. Like, hold on, I'll be back. Yeah, so I don't understand the mindset of you getting declined on this 40 and you sitting here just looking around in the air. Like I'm not understanding that. At least you supposed to be trying to solve the problem. So I'm not even understanding that. And then let's just go there, right? So even let's just say my man, let's just say they really caught him off guard. Even if he, and I'm not about to, but even he's like, what I'm saying, oh girl, let me hold such and such. I don't know what's going on in my car. Let me hold this real quick till we get out of here and we can run to the bank, settle this out real fast. Then at least she's gonna be looking at you a little differently. Yeah, she's still probably gonna be not feeling you at that point, but at least she's gonna be looking at you a little differently, especially if you rush up out of there to go get that handle real quick. She's like, oh, okay, something happened with his card. I'm sure he'll figure that out once he get to, get settled and get on the computer or whatever. But just to sit there looking dumb in the face as a man, I'm not understanding that. Yep, I'm not understanding that. And I don't know, when I hear this situation, I don't know what's going on with some of the fellas these days. Yeah, I'm like, y'all going and getting with these young ladies. Y'all want to step out in the streets with these young ladies, but y'all be playing. Like, y'all be out here playing. Like, man, do y'all realize some of this stuff, how the granddaddies and the daddies would have been looking at you hearing this story like, boy, you was out where? And you couldn't put the 40 ball? like what you mean? Like an old girl got a little something going on. You couldn't secure that? You couldn't put your little 40 up? Like, so yeah, some of this stuff the fellas doing these days, I'm like, fellas, this is why some of the ladies, like, I don't feel safe around these cats. Like, I don't want to rock with these dudes. Nigga, some of this stuff, y'all out here just nilly willy. And I'm just like, I don't understand the mentality lesson. I ain't cut like that. I ain't cut like that. But yeah, that was the last. Go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say I don't think you right. She did mention that she knew what he did for work, and she already knew prior that most men probably are gonna make a lot less than what she make. You assume she's probably making at least $500,000 to $1 million a year. She's a famous comedian. I think she's actually somewhat funny. And so I can see why, she's not going to have that expectation of a man making that same amount. But she probably figured if he's making, 60, 70,000 a year, she probably didn't even think that, this is why. If I know what job you're working and that expectation of you being at the level I'm at is not there, but you're making, you can live on your own, you can take care of yourself. It probably just, blew her mind that he didn't have the 40. Like, it probably was just like a stunning moment. Like, wait, okay, you have a decent job, right? So I can't imagine she got with like a janitor, for example, or she got with someone who works at McDonald's. Then it would be like, okay, well, then you should have expected that. But I'm assuming that she has a level of intelligence to get with a man who is at least making 60, 70,000 a year as a single man. Okay. So she's probably, there's elements that she didn't explain. She didn't reveal what his career path was or what he was doing. But I'm just assuming that she has enough intelligence to choose a man who can adequately take care of himself. And so then you go on this date and you find out, not thinking to dig any deeper, because, past what do you do for work? Most people don't go further than that. How much do you get an idea? Okay, they do this. I gotta calculate. That's it. But it probably shocked her. Maybe this guy could have been a doctor for all we know, making 100K. And she probably think, wait. Right? So what other rules are you trying to pull over my head? So like Vince said, you can keep up the facade for a very long time. You can get a nice watch, nice car, complain about the repairs in the Mercedes. You're complaining about it, but you got the car. So what are you trying to do? Everyone's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Everyone's trying to look like somebody, but they're not anything special. They're not doing anything extraordinary. And yet it happens that way. Now, to say that she does, she got what she deserves or what she is, possibly. But I can say I've been on dates with women who, weren't exactly up to my part of what I want, and I just date outside of that. So it's sometimes you come across duds. That's just life. That doesn't necessarily mean that person deserves the person that they're dating. It could, right? If that's a habit, if that's a consistent pattern, if she's consistently dating men like that and running into those issues, then yeah, it is her. But it was kind of like a one-off thing. It's like, oh, that was surprising. I can understand that, but we don't know all those details, right? So Yeah, I mean, she's a comedian, so I thought it was pretty funny the way she told the story. It's like, it didn't seem like she was bitter about it. She's kind of like, that was interesting.
Yeah, no, like I said, it was. Go ahead, Coco. You want to say something else or add to?
Okay, but this is a point. See, we got on the call. We got on call when she said this the other episode. We got on you, Cole. See, now we got to eat our words. You said you were supposed to ask on a date. You supposed to ask.
What you know.
She'll be back. She dropped off. She probably did it by accident.
See, Cole asked. She said you supposed to ask up front.
She did say that.
We said that was wrong. I guess this is why. I guess this is why people are asking now.
Oh, here she comes. She back.
I was trying to flip the side of the thing. I got kicked out. I'm sorry.
So Cole, they over here talking about somebody need to ask about this, ask about what somebody's yearly salary is on here.
Yeah, because remember you said that a couple episodes back, and we came for you. But see, now this is a proof why maybe you have to ask.
Miss, let me hold on. Let me make sure I get the pronunciation right. Hold on, my bad. Let me make sure I get that right. Where she put that at?
See, in this country, a lot of people are funny about money.
Saletha.
My civil says so. Don't rush.
Saletha, was that one of the first questions? I'm just curious. I know you're saying that now, but was that one of the first questions when it was going down? I'm curious. Drop a comment, let me know. Was you asking about the person's salary right out the gate? Yeah, I remember. I remember how it's pronounced. I want to know when it was going down. When it was going down. Was that one of the first questions you asked? Was how much they made a year? I'm just curious. Yeah, I know you're saying that now, but was that what happened when you was going through your process? I'm just curious. All right. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I got my issue with that one, but we're gonna leave that right there.
Well, ask how much a man makes.
Yeah, so coming right out the gate, asking him what his salary is. Was that what she did? You know what I'm saying in the past. So I'm just curious.
I think there's a way a woman go about it.
So how you wait, Saletha? So how you saying that now? How you saying that that's what the lady's supposed to do now? If that's not what you did. Y'all got to explain this to me, ladies. I need to understand
what Cole said.
Oh, she said that's just what Cole said. She's saying that's not what she did. That's just what Cole said.
We're saying that now we understand why Cole said that.
Cole, you still there, Cole?
She got to explain.
Yeah, I'm here.
Is you really asking that right out the gate?
Do you? Do you do that?
I don't think it's invalid to ask. Like, I think it's a way to finesse an ad. But
no, that's not the question. Do you do it and have you done it?
Yes.
Do you do it and have you? Okay.
Have I done it? Yes.
But have you done it directly like that? Like how much you make a year, or you say you done kind of played around till you got the answer?
Like, hey, what's your yearly compensation? Your yearly net compensations
on a date?
Not the net.
On a date.
Dang, you asked for net.
After taxes.
That's the gross.
Dang.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
How much you bring home?
I understand y'all trying to acquire information. How do y'all think that question is interpreted by the man?
I feel like it just depends on the person. So the person, I think it depends on the person. That's just my view. So when I was in Jersey, the last person that I dated was Ghanaian. And so he made more than me. I didn't have a problem. So I think that's why he didn't have an issue answering the question.
Exactly. I thought she was going to say that. Yeah. If a man is making good money, he's generally he's not to brag or boast, but he's not going to, if we don't make it, I don't know. I think you're right. It does depend on the man. He can make so much.
I think he was going to kind of ask me too. on the date. That was the thing, though. I felt like he was gonna ask me if I didn't ask him first. And I don't know if it was just like a culture thing or like that, but I don't know if he just didn't want to be bothered with somebody who
He has to
didn't
take
make a
care of
certain amount. Yeah.
or he has to carry. He want to make sure that you can hold your own weight. That
He's
probably does.
like,
Yeah. So, yeah, at a certain level, when he's making a
yes, they
certain
have
amount of money,
changed.
does he
They
want to
have
be with a woman
changed.
who's working at McDonald's? A man, I think a lot of women have a fantasy that woman wants the girl who's like working like as a
He didn't want
server
no
or
broke
waitress.
woman. I could tell you he ain't want no broke woman because the people he dated after lawyers, he dated some interesting people after. He ain't
So
want no broke
so
woman.
so
He
let me
didn't.
speak on this. Let me speak on this right here. So Kenyatta is saying, she's saying, Quay, Cole is speaking in terms of 2026 dating, not early 2000s. The questions have changed up. And you know what, Kenyatta, I agree with you. But I also think that is the problem. Yeah,
So
let
how
me
else
let
do
me
you
keep it.
avoid
Let me
Takara's
let me
situation?
keep it. Let me keep it a bean about this particular situation right here. Um, as a man, if you engaging with a woman for the first time or a very early stage, and one of the her first questions to you is how much do you make annually? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah, but this is why I said, do y'all consider how that's interpreted by the men? Because that would be like a man walking up to a woman on the first or second date and be like, how many dudes you done slept with?
Is that the same?
Yep, and 9 times out of 10, the woman's first answer or her first response is not going to be the number of men she done slept with. Her first response is she's going to take offense to the question. So coming right out the gate, asking a man what his annual salary is before you know anything really about him at all, that's going to get you cut off because it's already sending the wrong message. I'm just being honest. And to Kenyatta's point, she's talking about, the fact that the questions have changed. Yeah, the questions have changed because now we asking the wrong questions. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Going back to this comment right here that Civil dropped, Civil said how much they make does not matter. It's about how much they keep. And he's absolutely right.
So
Yep, at the end of the day, when you entering in a relationship or looking to enter in a relationship with somebody, you need to dig into character. Character is what is important. Character is what's going to dictate how much this man or this woman makes. So see, we got the questions backwards. Yeah, you need to get into somebody's mind. You need to see how they interact with their family. You need to see if they're a person of good moral character and if they responsible and if they're for the ladies, if they a protector, if they a leader, if they're the type of man who solves issue, if they the type of man who, what I'm saying, when you in a compromising situation, he gonna basically solve that issue and get you up out of that thing. Like, we got other questions that we need to ask that will tell you what this man is capable or what this man can do or is doing.
wait. So if
Go
a man
ahead.
doesn't have $40 to his name, how does that not an indicator of his lack of character,
You said
right?
it again. If he don't have what to his name?
If a man doesn't have, for in that example, $40 to his name, how is it that if a woman, rather directly or in a roundabout way, try to figure out what a man makes and how he takes care of himself and the potential of taking care of her and any future kids in the future, whatever. How is avoiding that question or avoiding finances and focusing on everything else? How um how does that indicate to you that a woman is a red flag if she does that, right? Because finances is also part of everything, right? Finances, how he dresses himself, how he takes care of himself, hygiene and character, morals, but you have all that, but you don't have $40 to your name, then
No, but
all that can go out the
that's
window.
yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but that's my point, Joe. So if she was asking the right questions out the gate, then they never would have made it on that date. Yeah, but see, that's
I
my
know she
point.
did.
If you are asking the right questions, you can get the answers to understand what finances will look like. Because see, at the end of the day, so let me give you the scenario right here. So Cole goes on the first date. She's sitting down with my man, and she say, "Hey, what's your annual salary?" So right out the gate, he tell her, "I make 150." What do that mean?
It means you
That's
make
what he make.
150.
It's not what he actually keeps.
No, but what
That
I'm
like
no no no
using
what I'm no no
20.
no 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 what I'm saying is what I'm saying is when you step out on this date with this man, y'all let's just say y'all go to Roof Chris. And the first three questions, one of the first three questions you ask this man is how much do you make a year? So he come right out the gate and he say, I make 150,000. What does that actually mean? Like what does that do?
It don't mean nothing because he really didn't tell me anything.
That's my point. That's my point. So why are y'all coming right out the gate asking a man a salary like that's gonna tell you anything? This dude can tell you 150 and be making 60. Like that doesn't tell you anything. Yeah, the point I'm making is asking this man certain questions about his character and how he move. That's what the process is supposed to look like. Because see, when you find out what a person is really on, you'll already know what this person gonna make, what they can make, what they striving to make, what they gonna end up making. You already gonna have an idea because at the end of the day, you'll already know what type of person you dealing with.
Okay, actually, I agree with that.
What the
Okay.
fuck?
Because see, what it is we to Kenyatta's point, we asking the questions have changed. What the problem that's happening with changing the questions is now we focused on questions that only relate to a finish line. They don't relate to the beginning. Yep, in the beginning is what gets a person to the finish line. Yep, so we asking the questions backwards. Yep, at the end of the day, let's say, especially when I came through, you weren't asking no female how much money she was making. You didn't care. That wasn't even a thought because you was trying to get to know her. You weren't trying to get to know her pockets. Their pockets is temporary. So let's just say my man making $500,000. He making $500,000 as a CEO of Fortune 500. Yep, and then they have their annual report, and he done missed them numbers. He fired the day after that. Then what? How much is that 500,000? How much is that $500,000 worth to you then? Do that mean he a good dude? Do that mean he was the dude for you? Do that mean he was marriage minded? Do that mean he gonna be a good father when y'all had kids? That don't tell you none of that. That just tell you he had $500,000 yesterday and he just lost it because them shareholders want him out of there.
That's an extreme
So yeah, that's
example.
part of the issue. We asking the wrong questions and we definitely asking them at the wrong time because that's not going to tell you what somebody is made of or if they're the type of person that you actually need to be with.
No.
You was trying to say
The
something, Cole?
finances. It's interesting. Finances coming in.
Oh, she went quiet. Go ahead, Joe. Then we're going to get ready to take some closing, man.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but like an asterisk.
Gotcha.
Because to me, it's not necessarily just what a man makes. Oh, you make 150K. Okay, great. How does that apply? So obviously all those other things do matter. If a woman's focus is just how much a man makes, that's a problem. But if she also goes into it thinking, oh, this is such a great guy, he's so nice, he does all these great qualities, but he doesn't have $40 to his name, that's a major problem. Especially if you're around 40. You're around 40, you don't have 40 to your name. That's crazy. If you're a college student, I can understand that. 20s, 21, she's the same age. That makes sense, right? Y'all growing together. But at a certain point, past your 30s, around 40, that to me, if a man around that age who's dating who gets offended by that question, and I'm not saying it would have to come direct, Most women don't even do it direct. Cole is an exception. Most women do it very clever. They'll get what your career path is, how long you've been doing it for. They'll look at the way they look at just certain things you do, how you speak, how you carry yourself. They're looking at these things. So it's very rarely how much do you make exactly after net, right after gross. Like I've never heard that before. It's much more subtle. In the same way that when a man asks a woman her body count, he's not asking her body count. He's doing, oh, so how many boyfriends have you had? Oh, when's the last time you've been in a relationship? Like that's how we do it, right? It's not, but it's important to us in a way, in the same way that how much money a man makes for a woman is important. That is a reflection on the man's character. If he is broke and he's not a college student and he's like, past 20s, 29, that is a reflection of his character. That is a reflection of his character. To say that it doesn't matter or that should come at the tail end, what does she spend all this time talking to this guy? Right. And he got all these great qualities, but he's broke. A woman, what can she do? You get pregnant by the guy. Now you're in that last lady's situation where, you don't have $40 to your name, right? He doesn't want anything to do with you. He can't afford to take care of you and the baby. Now you in the projects. So yeah, money kind of does matter. It's obviously not the only thing that matters, but a woman needs to make sure that a man can at least take care of himself before they get involved. Something happens, and now at least she knows on some level he's in a position to take care of them financially so they won't end up in the slums. Because that is a very real reality. If a woman doesn't look at a man's finances and let's get to the point. Okay, so what are we doing here? What kind of career? Okay, you're doing this. What's your trajectory? Those things matter. It matters. I know it matters because I've been around it. I grew up around it. I grew up around women who thought it didn't matter. Oh yeah, he was such a great guy. He had style. He got all this smooth. He's so cool and all that. He made me laugh. Yeah, but now you're a single mother raising this kid by yourself because he can't afford to even stay in the house.
Yeah,
so it matters.
But that's my point, Joe. Just some of the things that you just listed. Those things don't matter. Yeah, see, why are you selecting a man? Because he's smooth and he this and see what I'm saying? Those things don't matter. Yeah, them things don't matter. That's probably how the young lady felt in the first video we saw tonight from the high school sweetheart, the one who had already played her already, and she still circled back. She probably thought he was smooth and all that too. Yep, those things don't matter. At the end of the day, the character has to be there. The character is going to dictate a lot of the things about that man. It just is. Yep, it just is. Yeah, it's like sometimes in these scenarios, we omit things, like we skew these things a little bit. Yeah, like sometimes we move like money is not. We move like it's not a tool, like it's not fluid. Like we know plenty of scenarios where $500,000 folks, $300,000 folks have went broke because something in their situation changed. Now, I'm not saying they stayed broke. I'm not saying that they wasn't good people, but something in their situation changed. Yep, and they had to pivot. They had to bounce back. They had to sit down and get themselves back in the game with whatever it was. Yep, so I'm still not understanding why we put so much weight on money. Yep, look at what's going on in the world right now. There is thousands, hundreds of thousands of husbands and wives laid off right now. Yep, whole solid people, 15-year marriages, 20-year marriages, 2-3 kids living in the suburbs, kids going to private school. They whole laid off right now. But yet we still weighing this money Like it dictates the person. Yeah, we got to consider that. Yeah, we got to consider that. Yeah, this money, we giving it too much power. Yeah, we giving it too much power, and we're not giving the power to the things that actually matter about a person. Yep, going back to my man in the video when old girl said she cut my man off after the $40. That situation took place because she didn't ask the right questions. Yep, and what I mean by that is she could have asked this man what he made a year and it wouldn't have mattered. Better yet, she already had asked him that. She asked him what he made a year. She said he made less. And then when it came time for him to deliver, he still couldn't put up this $40. So she had already secured the money question because she knew he made less. But he still couldn't put up the $40 when it was time to put up the $40. Yep, so now I got to look at him. Because he's not thinking about things the right way as a man. I'm not saying things don't happen technically. When it comes to debit cards and credit cards, we all know that stuff happens. Somebody could have just did some fraud with your card and your bank just put a freeze on that boy until they talk to you. That happens to people. Yeah, that happens to people. Yep, but as a man, you always got to be thinking 2 steps ahead. Yep, so if somebody play with this, I got to back up for it over here. If somebody get to this, I got to back up for it over here. Because at the end of the day, we solve problems. Yeah, so just based on the fact that she went through that situation, and I said, I'm making some assumptions on what happened with that card, but I'm just speaking as a man. Yeah, men solve problems. Women look to men to solve problems. So if he didn't even attempt to solve the problem, even if he was at a disadvantage with his card being rejected or whatever it was, like I said, then you get on outside and go find the nearest ATM. Hey, you know what? Let me hold $20 till we get back so I can get this settled out. This ain't never happened before. Whatever you got to do, but you got to pivot and solve that issue. And the fact that he sat there with no even thought of solving the issue, and then she had to step in and solve it, that's a character flaw on his side. Yep, and see, that's my point. Even her knowing how much money he made, and she was okay with how much money he made, even though he made less, she still was okay with it because she still went on and went out and hung out with my man. So he had already passed the threshold of what she was okay with. Yep, then she got there and that happened. So that tells me she didn't ask the right questions from the beginning. Clearly, she asked the salary question that we all saying that you need to ask up front, but that didn't get her out of that situation that they ended up in.
Actually, that's a great point. You're right.
So that's my point. That's why we got to ask the right questions. Just asking somebody's salary, that don't make that the right question.
Right.
Well, man, we're going to take some clothes and we're going to get on up out of here, man. We've been on here. It's about 10:30. We've been trying to keep the time a little tighter lately, man. We're going across the top and the bottom when we gone. Coco, you want to say anything before we get out of here tonight? There you go.
Yeah, I'm just real quick, honestly. We probably are going to have a lot more of these because the more we see the state of relationships in our community, there's just so much to discuss. There's a lot to discuss about what's going on. And I'm ready to have the conversation of equal accountability. Like, I don't even want to have the conversation anymore if we're not talking about equal accountability. If we're not talking about both men and women, you know, checking themselves and realizing that we didn't get in this mess because it's not one-sided. So we didn't get in this mess because all the men are crazy. We didn't get in this mess because all the women are crazy. Like, clearly we got an issue here. Like, and as you can see from the plethora of videos that we showed tonight, it's not just the women, it's not just the men. Like, we out here, it's issues out here. We can't even come to, you know, an agreement about what's the proper, you know, way to vet our our potential partners. Like we don't even know what's appropriate to ask anymore and not what's inappropriate to ask on a date. Like we just don't even know how to relate. That's what I'm getting to. We don't know how to relate to each other anymore. We don't even know how to do that. Like we don't know how to get to know a person by having conversation. And like Joe said, you don't just ask a direct question. You, as you're getting to know them, you ask about them. You get to know them and it tells you what you need to know. You don't have to say, how much do you make a year, right? You're watching this person's activities, you watching their actions, some of the things they're saying, and you're like, that's interesting. Right? Like, and these are things that because you're taking the time to actually get to know a person. And that's just missing. I don't really see that. I don't see that. And I think a lot of reasons why we're having this just issues between us, like, is because we don't care. We don't care about people anymore. Like, we don't care about the people. Like, we don't care about getting to know people. We don't care about relating to people anymore. We don't care about the other person's feelings. We just don't care. If it's not about what we want and it's not the way we want it, we don't care. And there's no way we can move forward. It's no way we can repair anything. It's no way these relationships are going to improve if we don't start to actually care about something. Care about people. Like, this is why Black people are confusion. Like, of course, we're not the only ones that are apathetic out here, but I'm talking about the people that look like me. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm not going to nobody else's community. I'm staying right here in mine. So we're going to talk about Black people are confusion until we figure this thing out. I'll land.
Appreciate that closeout right there. Joe, what's on you, man?
Nothing. I see y'all when I see y'all.
There it is. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Cole, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to say anything in closing, Cole?
In relation to the topic, I agree. We as Black people are in confusion for sure. Not in this context, but in many others. Like, we come off like we don't know what we want, and that we got all this time, and the ego is crazy for us as a collective when we don't have that much wealth. I've been yelling about this all week. So, and I'm getting more and more bold and just honest with it. So,
that sound laced, Cole. That sound laced.
Dang.
You ready to drop? You want to drop some names or something? That sound laced.
I mean, no, I got usernames. I don't know names, but I've been lighting it up on Threads. I ain't gonna hold you. Our Threads is hot.
Yeah, y'all be hot on Threads. I done crossed some Threads. I'm like, ladies just going off on Threads. That's all I see is ladies going off.
The Threads is hot.
Oh man, okay, all right. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I know tonight we was talking Black people are confusion, man, and in a lot of scenarios we are. Yeah, we've come too far, man, to be acting like we don't know better on some of this stuff. Yeah, we done come too far. Yeah, we got too much history of relationship and family and strength in family to be acting like we don't know any better than what we doing today. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, we got all this education out here. We done acquired all this money out here. We done acquired all these things. We driving around in Benzes and BMWs and caddies and you name it, Land Rovers and you name it. Yeah, we flossing all this jewelry and all these designer this, designer that. But for some reason can't get a simple relationship off the ground. Craziest thing ever. Yeah, so at the end of the day, man, if you're looking for a relationship on some serious stuff, you got to shift some of your energy to building and putting the work in on yourself first and preparing yourself for this other person to come along and y'all connect and do what y'all do. Yeah, but it starts with you. Yeah, but we know better, man. I refuse to believe that folks don't know how they need to be moving to secure these relationships and these marriages and starting families the right way. I just refuse to believe that people don't know. They don't know what things not to do. I'm not subscribing to that. I know better than that. Yeah, but I just think it's a lot of folks being lazy and being selfish, man. But I'm gonna leave it like that. But man, shout out to my panel, man. Shout out to Coco. Shout out to Cole. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Vince, who was on here earlier. Appreciate y'all holding me down, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments as well. Dropping the comments, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Supporting what we do, man. Yeah, support when we do, man. We on the road to 5K, man. So if you haven't already, man, smash that like button. Likes are free. Also, for my YouTube folks, hit that subscribe, man. That's how we grow the channel, man. That's how we get seen, man. And turn on them notifications so you know when we drop content, man. But with that being said, man, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook. So, man, like, share, subscribe. But with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch y'all on the next